If you are one of those planning to cause trouble this weekend in Imo, Kogi, and Bayelsa governorship elections, then you might want to rethink this, because Inspector General of Police Kaide Gbetokun has ordered the distribution of 220 operational vehicles for security management in anticipation of the gubernatorial elections. According to the post on X, the PPRO, Olumuyiwa Adejobi, says the vehicles include water cannons, armored personnel carriers, helmets, bulletproof vests, and tear gas canisters.
Now, the IG, who planned extensive training for the officers to be deployed to these states, urged the federal government to support the officers by ensuring remuneration was paid earlier than expected. Nigerians are expecting to see if there will be a repeat of the presidential and governorship elections that were marred by violence, disenfranchisement of voters, INEC's inability to keep to its promise to Nigerians, and many others. Now, we're here this morning with the President, Voters Awareness Initiative, Barrister Wale Ogunade. Good morning. Thanks for joining us, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
Very well. Great to have you. I'm just, of course, going to start with the fear that a lot of Nigerians have, that regardless of what the Inspector General of Police promises, regardless of what INEC promises, what the reality might be, might just be a repeat of what 2023 looked like in a few places. And so, is this also, a thought that you have, regardless of what the Inspector General of Police is promising with, vehicles and armed police officers and the likes, it may not mean anything?
Yeah, it means a lot. It means a lot because we are in an off-season election now. It's far, far, far different from the general election, where the army security personnel and INEC personnel itself are overwhelmed. This time around, we'll have an off-season election, and of course, just in 3 states. And I will just refer you and all who are watching to the election that took place in Osun State and Ekiti State last year. And you'll find out that indeed, INEC and the security agents were quite on ground, and they were able to deliver real time on time, and they did a good job. Be that as it may, no doubt, a lot of people are skeptical about their ability to deliver, particularly INEC, for the 2023 general, immediately after the 2023 general election, the experience has been referred to. But you can be sure that I know INEC very well. Some of us have sent our reports of what transpired and happened during the last general election, and they will have done a lot to cover their tracks. And you can be sure that has happened with what the Inspector General have said and what INEC chairman said earlier on, some few weeks ago, that indeed they have learned their lessons and they will do the needful. And of course, with Gbetokun's statement that he's going to secure the whole place with the deployment of more vehicles, that's what they need. What they need is to have more vehicles and logistics to ensure that all those who are troublemakers and who want to foment trouble, who want to cause mayhem, are gotten round up, they are tracked, they are pursued, and of course, they have the ability to get across to them and around them. Once those ones knows that indeed it's not going to be business as usual, they will keep off and of course behave themselves. It's going to be a smooth election, as I know. We've contacted our people who are on ground, and of course they have assured us that INEC is on top. They are working around to delivering these non-sensitive materials from tomorrow, and of course the sensitive materials too will come on maybe from Wednesday and so on. So we are safe and sound and ready to go.
All right. Would you say that some people are right in being concerned because, like we remember during the elections, the presidential elections, we did see that there were a lot of promises that were made in terms of security. Unfortunately, there were pockets of violence around the country. And some of the arguments that the law enforcement agents gave was that they're not allowed to carry guns or other equipment, other arms at polling units. And this in some way did not inspire confidence in the hearts of people. So is this something to consider, the fact that we have these this personnel, law enforcement agents, who will not be armed at the polling units?
Yes, I just want to remove this idea of people just being pessimistic, and being pessimistic about things about Nigeria. And to us, some of us are seriously optimistic that Nigeria is going to be a better country, it's going to be a good country, and of course, everything will be okay. Everything is going to be all right, as that singer sang the other day. We have to put our mind in it that Nigeria is going to be good. And whenever anything is going to happen in terms of policies or actions, we'll see how we can support, not to look at the other side. And of course, just as I said earlier on, troublemakers will be kept in their place where they belong. So to us, we care less about what the people are saying. To us, some of us who believe in this country, we have not gone outside this country, and even if we do travel, we travel and come back. And for information, people like us, whenever we travel, I don't see anything good outside Nigeria. Nigeria to me is still the best. It does not matter because we have to repair and make Nigeria better. And to say making Nigeria better, this is where we have gone. Initially, the whole electoral process was not like this. It was just a piece of paper that INEC will present and they will stamp it, and it's the same thing all over. But now it is regularized to the extent that it is particularized to a particular polling station. Each polling station has its own ballot paper with its color and number. So that is development. We were in the era of ballot snatching and so on. That has gone. Before it was manual. Now we have electronic transmission, electronically transmitted results. And all, there are so many improvements because people are working around it to make Nigeria a better place. And it's going to be better. So that aside, the issue of maybe the security agents will not carry arms or not, that is the law. And of course, for the general election, the people are overwhelmed. The security people are overwhelmed. That's why we have it that way. But now it's going to be just 3 states, and you have the inspector general. You have the inspector general of police said that they have deployed a number of people to the various states that they will be having the elections. And I know them because we work with them when we are having off-cycle election. They are an inspector general of police, an assistant inspector general of police, with 3 or 4 commissioners of police from other states will be deployed to the particular state that the elections will be held, together with their men and materials and logistics and so on, to contain all these vagabonds who are trying to foment trouble. So be that as it may, and I know INEC too will do the same thing to ensuring that they bring in staff, they take care of the welfare of their staff and the logistics, and prime up the arrangement with the transport workers and so on, so that they will make vehicle available without any fail. And once all these things are done, to me, we are good to go. And of course, I'm sure they will have worked with network providers in terms of the issue of the signals and so on. And they will have charged up their beavers and all the equipments they will use for the election. I know that they cannot, I know INEC cannot allow this election to go wrong because it will be a death
I mean,
nail on
but
their,
that is
they will nail their coffin.
Barrister Ogunade, that is assuming that INEC cares, and is willing to take responsibility about what its image would, the dent that it would cause its image post, the elections. That's, if we're assuming that INEC does as a body. Professor Mahmoud Yakubu has not outrightly till date taken full responsibility and apologized to Nigerians wholeheartedly for the issues that we had in the 2023 elections. And so, there's no, sign to show that they are very, very, they're going to make sure that, these off-cycle elections go free and fair and smoothly to at least fix their image. Nobody, can see anything like that. I also want to, get you to speak on the allegations in Imo State where the Labour Party candidate, Ethan Achonu, is alleging that he was attacked by people sent by the Imo State Governor, Hope Uzodinma. These are already signs of violence brewing in that part of the state. None of those people have been arrested so far. I don't know if there's currently any investigation going on. But it doesn't give any assurance that the police is on ground in Imo State.
I'll start from the police issue concerning the Labour Party's allegation. Well, it's a simple thing. The IGP has redeployed the police commissioner there, and that means that there will be some thorough investigation concerning the conduct of those who are coming. And don't forget that whoever is new, anyone who comes to a place new, there will be this IGG, initial grab that will take place. So the person who is coming will want to do something to show that indeed he deserves that appointment or that posting. So you can be sure that in the next few days, let's see what will happen if indeed step will be taken to correct or to look into what that allegation is all about. And of course, to me, I know that if indeed the allegation is found to be true, then they will investigate, and all those who are found culpable will be taken in. No doubt the governor may have an immunity for that in that regard, but he has sent some people. If the governor is not arrested personally or physically, then definitely his guns who will use to perpetrate the evil will be hunted and they will be arrested. Don't forget, Tinubu has told everyone who cares to listen that he is not going to interfere with the issue of election in any of these three states. And to that extent, he has given, by that statement, has given the security agents the total freedom to do what is right before the law. And I'm a Democrat and I believe in democracy. The issue of intimidation, harassment, and coercion should not come into the electoral process. Election is the festival of the voters. They are there to choose who they want, not under any threat. And to that extent, I want to use this opportunity to call on the stakeholders and dramatics personnel who are involved in this process to allow the will of the people to come to pass, to reign, and to be expressed without any form of intimidation. You had your time to provide and to deliver on democracy. Now that is examination time as it were, you have no right to try to cheat using one form of stress or the other to cause any disturbance to the system. And be that as it may,
Oh,
the issue of this election and INEC itself to me is a way in which to, just as I said earlier on, for them to show and to prove that indeed they can deliver. And that is what we all await. Anything short of that will not be taken from INEC as a body.
well, Barrister Wale Ogunade, thank you so much for your time this morning. We, of course, will follow up with the elections. It's coming up this weekend, and we'll see if INEC will, like you said, prove to Nigerians that they are capable and fix they are very, very, very dented image so far. And of course, we encourage political actors to maintain a peaceful environment in these three states. Thanks for your time this morning. We'll speak with you again.